2A family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A-N-LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes, it's just my personal opinion. You shouldn't take it as fact. You shouldn't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. All right, if you're new to the channel, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and subscribe. I think you are going to enjoy the content. Fam, and look, if you don't, you can always unsubscribe later. No harm, no foul. And if you're an existing subscriber, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. All right, let's get this episode rolling. So look, fam, this is a video that really has spawned out of a lot of questions that I get regarding the Staccato line of firearms. A lot of people want to get a better understanding of kind of what's the difference between the Staccatos, which Staccato should they choose if they're buying their first one. I have, of course, been a Staccato fan for a while now and have, you know, a lot of their, I own a lot of the line. And so I thought maybe it would be helpful if we had a discussion about the entire Staccato line of pistols. This is not meant to be an individual review on each one. We will do that. This is more a broader discussion about all the offerings from Staccato, of which I have the majority of. Okay, so we're going to start off though with one I don't have, and that is the Staccato C. And I will put that up there for you so you can check it out. So the Staccato C is the smallest, most concealable offering from Staccato. This is a pistol that's a single stack magazine. It holds 8 rounds, got a 3.9-inch barrel and a relatively thin frame. It is really meant to be Staccato's smallest, most concealable firearm. Now, Staccato has a builder where you can custom build your own design. I'm not really speaking on that. If you want to do that, you can do that and order it. But just in terms of how it comes, a couple of things that you should be aware about the Staccato C. There is not it does not come optic ready. They don't have an optic ready model for the Staccato C. Now, the Staccato C has all the fantastic fit and finish that you would expect from Staccato. It's, you know, incredibly accurate, but really this gun is designed to be comfortable and concealable. All right, and the Staccato C typically runs about $2,000. Okay, then there is the Staccato C2, which is the sexiness that you see right here. Right? Let you guys check that out. Before we go any further, look, fam, before the YouTube police come, it is unloaded, nothing in the mag. Fire in a safe direction, all clear, right? So look, the Staccato C2, the primary difference between the Staccato C2 and the Staccato C is that the Staccato 2 is a double stack concealable, concealed carry weapon. So its capacity goes from 8 rounds to 16 rounds, assuming you are in a non-capacity limited state, unlike California. So 16 rounds because of the double stack. It still has a 3.9-inch barrel, but it's it's a little thickum, you know. Come on, family, you know your boy likes some thick. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. All right, so look, it's a thick girl. It is certainly meant to be a concealed carry firearm, but think about like the Glock 19 in terms of size. Some people feel like this is not a SIG P365 or a Hellcat, Springfield Hellcat, or Hellcat Pro, or anything like that. Think more like a compact gun, like a Glock 19 size. So if you're not comfortable carrying a gun that's a little bigger, a little thicker, then you may want to consider the C. Now, this is the C DPO version, where it has, meaning that it's optic ready. And so this version costs $2,300 versus a C, which is $2,000 in a non-optic version. If you're comfortable carrying a little bit thicker firearm, a little larger frame, a little heavier, and again, I'll put the specs for all of these guns up on the screen so you can check them out, then you might want to consider the C2. Now, Staccato's lines are kind of divided into three different areas. You've got your concealed carry pistols, which is the Staccato C and the C2. You have your duty pistol, and then you have your competition pistols. And so along the lines of the duty pistol, and this was the first Staccato I ever purchased, that is the Staccato P. Look, fam, the Staccato P is not for play. Okay? Again, empty mag. It's all clear, right? So look, fam, with the Staccato P, this is meant to be Staccato's duty weapon. I should mention too that both in the C, the C2, and the P, you're looking at about a 4-pound trigger pull. Okay? The Staccato P has a 4.4-inch barrel compared to the 3.9-inch barrel in the C and the C2. So this is really meant to be more for those people who are not looking to conceal carry, but they're looking for a full-size gun to shoot, maybe for home defense, or just, you know, to shoot down at the range, or for duty purposes. That's the role that the Staccato P is meant to play in the line. And so this was the first gun I bought because I felt like it was the one that really wasn't specialized, right? It wasn't meant for concealed carry. It wasn't meant for competition. This was just a good, all-around, great shooting firearm. And for those of you guys who are used to, like, what's the word I want to use? Those of you guys who are used to kind of like, you know, triggers, custom triggers that have lighter pulls, maybe a 2-pound pull, 2.5-pound pull. I gotta say, the 4-pound pull on the Staccato C, the C2, and on this, the Staccato P, doesn't feel like a 4-pound pull. All these guns have phenomenal triggers, right? And so, just so you can get a sense, there is no take up. You're pretty much at the wall. Crisp, clean trigger break, right? And the reset is nothing. It's nothing, right? So amazing triggers in all these firearms. The 4-pound pull does have a very definable wall. It's not feathery where you run the risk of choking off multiple rounds when you didn't mean to. It's not that light, but it is very smooth. It's a very smooth trigger. And so, again, the Staccato P is the C and the C2 are meant to be more concealed carry. The P is your duty weapon, home defense weapon, full-size range hammer. All right, that's the P. Okay, now we're going to move from the concealed carry range and the duty range, and we're going to move into the competition pistols. And I do not have the next one in the Staccato line, but I will put a picture up there, and that is the Staccato XL. The Staccato XL is kind of meant to be the entry level of the Staccato competition pistols. It has a 5.4-inch barrel. It has a lighter trigger pull, a 2.5-pound trigger pull on it. So you got a longer barrel, you got a longer slide, you get a longer sight radius to make those shots easier. It has a more feathery trigger pull to it. And that one, and then those, I should also mention if I didn't, that the Staccato P runs about $2,400. So for the C, you're talking $2,000, no optic available. The C2 is $2,300 with an optic available, and the P is $2,400 with an optic available, $2,100 without an optic. And so all of those, the C, the C2, and the P, are all kind of in the same price range. So really, I don't think it gets into a matter of cost between those three. It's really more a matter of what you are looking for in terms of a firearm. Do you want that really concealable, comfortable gun? Are you comfortable, willing to make the sacrifice to have, with the C2, something that's a little bit thicker, a little bit larger frame, but still concealable, sort of like the way a Glock 19 would be? Maybe that's your bag. And if you're looking for something that you already got your concealed carry weapon, you're really looking for a full-size gun for either home defense or duty or just straight shooting at the range, then the P would be the one you would want to go with. And again, all of those are around the same price. The XL, though, again, which is an entry level to the competition world, is $3,700 with the optic. So already you're talking about kind of like a $1,300 difference between the P optic ready, which is $2,400, and the XL, which is $3,700, including the optic ready version, right? None of them come with the optic, by the way. You can, again, customize it and order it through Staccato with certain optics, but I'm just talking about like how it comes from the factory normally, right? So you're talking $3,700 for the optic ready version. Again, 5.4 inch barrel, longer sight radius, lighter trigger pull, 2.5 pound trigger pull, bigger, larger firearm, right? Really meant for kind of the entry level, their entry level competition pistol, made for competition shooting. And then last but certainly not least, kind of the top of the line, the head honcho, is this baby right here, the Staccato XC. Now this is very similar to the XL, only it has a 5-inch barrel versus the 5.4, and there's a reason for that. Same 2.5 pound trigger pull. The primary difference between the XL and the XC is that the XC comes with an internal comp, and maybe I can let you guys, hopefully you guys can see that right there. And this is not a threaded barrel. It's a compensator that's built into the barrel, built into the slide. And fam, when I tell you, look, again, gun's free and clear. Maybe you can see that comp better right there. Fam, when I tell you this gun shoots so damn flat, it really doesn't make any sense. That trigger pull, again, very similar to the other one, except this is a feathery pull. A feathery pull. I mean, like, fam, it is unbelievable. That reset is non-existent. Fam, this gun shoots so flat and so fast. So when people ask me a lot of times, they're like, what's the big deal about Staccato? I've got nice guns. I've got an X5 Legion. I got a HK VP9. I got other firearms, right? But why should I spend the extra money? I got a CZ Shadow 2. Why should I spend the extra money on a Staccato? Well, I would say if you've taken a firearm, even a relatively inexpensive firearm, if you got a CZ 75 or you got, a Glock 34 or or something like that. Look, if you put in the right trigger, the right spring set, you know, put in the right frame, maybe you compensated or whatever, you can get something that's close to the Staccatos. But if you're that close, if you're spending $1,500, $1,700, then I'd say, why put a couple hundred more with it and get you a P or a C2 or a C1 Staccato, because I feel like they're at the higher end of the low end of firearms. And I'll talk about what I mean by that a little bit more in a second. But I feel like those are dramatically different, right? If you are looking to, if you're looking for a competition pistol, then the XL and the XC, let me just say this one thing before I get to that. If you've got a Glock, you've got that's hooked up, a Gucci Glock kind of, that has all the bells and whistles, or a Walther that has all the bells and whistles, I'd say there's not a huge disparity between that and the C, the C2, and the P. Not a huge disparity. I think Staccato's probably better fit and finish, better customization, better constructed, probably more reliable once you put all these other features on it. But in terms of how it feels when you shoot, not a huge disparity. But I would also argue by the time you put all that stuff on it, to get it to feel like a Staccato, you're going to be close to the Staccato price for the C, the C2, and the P. Where Staccato starts to separate itself big time is with this XC. This is a shooting experience that is unlike anything you're going to find unless you're shooting a super gun. And so I don't care what Glock you got, I don't care what SIG you got, I don't care what HK you got, it doesn't feel like this. This is this is a different shooting experience. Now, for your trouble, it's $4,300, right? So it's, $600 more than the XL. And I get that's out of a lot of people's price range, but it is a different shooting experience. And before people start going off, oh my God, $4,300 for a pistol, yeah. Okay, look, fam. I'm not saying the Staccato XC is the best pistol available. There are arguably better pistols, but they don't cost, the ones that are better don't cost $4,300. You start looking at like an Atlas Gunworks, Artemis, you start looking at an Infinity firearm or some of these custom, those are going to be $6,000, $6,500, $7,000, $8,000. And so for a fraction of the price, you get very, very close with this XC. And I know that sounds crazy when I say the XC, fraction of the price. But yeah, you compare $4,300 to $6,500. I don't think that there's a $2,000 difference between the XC and like an Atlas Artemis. I've shot both of them. And I love the Artemis. Don't get me wrong. Great fire. And the Athena. Great firearms. Great firearms. Arguably better than the XC maybe, but more money. So this is going to sound crazy, but I really think the Staccato is the entry level to super guns. There are affordable super guns. Now, there's some other guns out there that are good, that maybe are a little bit cheaper, like your Bull Armories and things like that are good firearms. They feel good, but they don't quite meet the standard of Staccato. Fit and finish is not quite as good. Shooting, reliability, accuracy is not quite as good, and they don't come close. Their higher end doesn't come close to the higher end of Staccato. And to have like this feel, the XC feel, with another gun, you're going to end up paying, like I said, that's better at least, probably another $1,500 to $3,000 over the $4,300 price tag on the Staccato XC. So look, fam, that's an overview of the line. Remember, if you're looking at a C, that is their concealed carry, small frame, subcompact, single stack, 8-round capacity concealed carry firearm. The C2 also meant to be concealed carry, but larger frame, double the capacity of the C, optics ready versions, a little thicker, larger frame concealed carry weapon. The Staccato P, that's going to be your duty, home defense, full-size range hammer gun. XL, that's your entry level, Staccato's entry level competition pistol, larger barrel, larger frame, longer sight radius, lighter trigger. Very good competition pistol. And then the XC is their top of the line, and it comes with, you know, a longer barrel, 5-inch barrel, internal comp say to keep the gun shooting flat, light feathery 2.5-pound trigger. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right, fam, that is the rundown of the Staccato line. If you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. As always, I appreciate you guys so much. And then until next time, take care of one another and peace.